Hey there, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and curious folks. What if I told you that the tiny quarter in your pocket, yes, that same old Washington quarter, could be worth more than a small house? Stick around because today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2021 P Mint Mark Washington Quarter Dollar, a coin that's turning heads and opening wallets, with a jaw-dropping current market value of a cool $1.2 million. Yeah, you heard me right. $1.2 million. Before you rush to check your couch cushions or tip over your grandma's old coin jar, grab a comfy seat, maybe a snack, because I'm about to walk you through why this little silver disc is causing such a stir, how you might spot one, and why knowing about it could make you the coolest coin guru in your crew. But first, let me share a quick story that'll probably sound familiar if you're a coin enthusiast, or just someone who loves a good surprise. A couple of years ago, I'm helping my dad clean out the garage. You know how it goes, boxes everywhere, stuff we haven't seen since the Bush administration, and lots of dust that makes you question your life choices. Anyway, I spot an old tin labeled "Coins Dad Found." I dig through it and, among the usual suspects, nickels, dimes, a few worn pennies, I find this shiny quarter that looks almost brand new. It's a 2021 P quarter. Nothing special, right? Or so I thought. That I casually Google it on my phone, expecting to see it's worth like 25 cents. Instead, my jaw drops. This thing? Potentially worth over $1 million. $1.2 million, to be exact. Suddenly, my boring Saturday cleaning turned into a treasure hunt thriller. I almost dropped the quarter, but lucky for me, I kept it safe. That moment got me hooked on learning everything about these coins, and that's why I'm here talking to you now. Alright, now let's get into the nitty-gritty. Why does this 2021 P Washington quarter command such an outrageous price tag? What makes it so special? First off, the P Mint mark stands for the Philadelphia Mint. It's where most US coins start their life. Normally, the quarters coming out of Philly are mass-produced by the millions, so why would one suddenly skyrocket to over $1 million? The 2021 P quarter has a unique characteristic that collectors drool over: it's a rare error coin. See, when coins are made, machines sometimes slip up and create anomalies like double strikes, off-centers, or unusual mint marks. The 2021 P quarter has a very rare minting error that makes it a 1 in a million find. This isn't just some rumor. Coin grading experts and auction houses have authenticated and valued these coins based on their rarity and pristine condition. I'm not some coin nerd, and I don't have a minting machine, so how likely is it you'd ever find one of these bad boys? Truth is, the odds are slim, but it's not impossible. These coins occasionally slip into circulation, like secret little gems hiding in plain sight. The 2021 P quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series, specifically commemorating the Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Site. So not only is it rare, it's got a story and history behind it. You could say this coin's got both brains and beauty. Well, whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who keeps an eye on spare change, knowing about coins like this can seriously up your game. Imagine pulling out a quarter at the checkout line and getting a stunned look from the cashier, maybe even a cash offer you never expected. Plus, understanding these coins can teach you a lot about American history, minting technology, and the crazy twists in the coin world that make it exciting. Coins aren't just money, they're stories, art, and sometimes, secret jackpots. Let's keep it simple so you don't feel like you need a PhD in numismatics to join the fun. Look for the letter P on the coin's face. It's usually near George Washington's ponytail. These mistakes can make the coin worth a fortune. Coins that look fresh, shiny, and untouched by wear and tear are more valuable. If you think you have one, sending it to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC is a smart move. They authenticate and rate the coin, boosting its market value. Some folks believe every 2021 quarter is worth $1 million. Nope. Not even close. Only very specific error coins with the P Mint mark and certain characteristics fetch that price. So don't toss your whole coin jar on eBay just yet. These coins will make you instantly rich. Sure, they're valuable, but selling them takes time, patience, and the right buyer. How the market value reached 1.2 million. You might wonder why this coin's price is so high. It's a mix of rarity, demand, and the fact that error coins from recent years are becoming increasingly sought after as collectors look for new finds. Auctions have seen some of these quarters go for hefty sums, especially when they come in top condition with professional grading. And as the hype grows, so does the price. Tips: if you want to get into coin collecting, don't blow your savings chasing every rare coin. Learn the ropes with common coins first. Websites, YouTube channels, wink wink, books, and coin shows are great places to get smart, connect with other collectors. They're usually friendly folks who love sharing stories and tips. Store your coins in protective cases to keep them mint condition. The 2021 P Mint Mark Washington $2 coin isn't just your everyday pocket change. It's a rare, fascinating piece of history that could be worth over $1 million. Whether you stumble upon one in your pocket or just dream about striking coin gold, knowing about this coin puts you ahead of the game. Now, if you want to stay in the loop about crazy coin values, rare finds, and savvy strategies to turn your coin collection into treasure, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss the nuggets of info I'll be sharing. Got a coin story or a question? Drop it in the comments. I love hearing from fellow treasure hunters. Hey there, fellow treasure hunters. Let me ask you something real quick. When was the last time you looked at the change in your pocket? Be honest. Most of us just grab a handful of coins and chuck them in the nearest cup holder, junk drawer, or, if you're fancy, a piggy bank shaped like a taco. But what if I told you that one of those dusty old quarters might be worth more than your car? Heck, maybe even more than your house. Today, we're diving into one coin that's got collectors foaming at the mouth like a kid at a soda fountain. I'm talking about the 1998 P Washington quarter with a current market value of $1.1 million. Yeah, that's right. $1 million. For a coin that probably passed through a vending machine at least 5 times, stick around, because not only are we breaking down what makes this coin so dang special, but I'm also gonna tell you a wild personal story about how I almost threw one in a parking meter. That's a true story, and I still wake up in a cold sweat thinking about it. So grab a cup of coffee, maybe rummage through the couch cushions while you're at it, and let's find out if you've got a millionaire hiding in your pocket. Alright, let's kick things off with the basics. The 1998 P Washington quarter is part of the standard Washington quarter series that's been circulating since 1932. You'll see George Washington's familiar mug on the front, like he's judging you for using a quarter to buy gas station sushi. And on the back? The traditional bald eagle. Noble. Majestic. And totally unaware it's about to become $1 million celebrity, the P Mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia. That's important, because there were also Denver minted ones from the same year. But the P version is where things get interesting. Now you're probably thinking, okay cool, it's a 1998 quarter, but why is it worth a small fortune? Great question, my financially curious friend. Errors. Rarity. And a touch of numismatic magic. This particular 1998 P quarter wasn't just any OL coin. A handful were struck using a proof die on a regular business strike coin planchet. Translation? The detail is ultra sharp, the finish is mirror-like in some spots, and it has some really weird, wonderful mistakes. You might see what collectors call doubling on George Washington's lettering or hairline. You might also notice a slightly off-center strike or a coin that just looks better than the rest. These features make it stand out. And if it's in pristine condition, meaning it hasn't been scraped up next to your car keys for the past 20 years, well, now we're talking top-tier rarity. Also, it's not just about errors. A few of these coins were preserved in what's called mint state condition, basically meaning they were never circulated. Somebody either had a hunch, or they just really liked shiny things. Either way, those pristine quarters are the ones that have been graded MS 68 or higher and fetch prices north of $1 million at auction. Okay, let me hit you with a personal tale that still makes my stomach do backflips. A couple years ago, I was feeding a parking meter downtown. I had a few quarters left in my pocket, nothing fancy. But one of them caught my eye. It was shiny, had that older eagleback design, and yep, it had the little P under the ear. I remember thinking, haven't seen one like this in a while. But then my brain was like, you're already late for your dentist appointment, feed the meter and go. So I did. I shoved that quarter right in there like a chump. That night, I was scrolling through a coin forum, yes, I do that for fun, and I came across a post titled, 1998, P quarter sells for over $1 million. My heart stopped. I raced to that same parking meter the next day like a man possessed. But guess what? Coin gone. Probably used to buy a sad hot dog from a food cart. I still think about that quarter. Somewhere out there, a pigeon might have pooped on it. Let's break down how you can avoid the same fate as me. Second, look for the mint mark. You want that P just below the "In God We Trust" near Washington's ponytail. If you see a D, sorry, not the one we're looking for. Still cool, but not $1 million cool. Next, look for signs of doubling or proof-like features. If the details seem sharper than usual or if there's a mirror-like reflection around the edges, get excited, then, check the condition. If your coin looks like it just got minted yesterday, you've got something special. And finally, get it graded. Don't just list it on eBay and hope for the best. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can make or break the value. The big takeaway here is that coin collecting isn't just for old guys in khaki vests anymore. This hobby is booming, and everyday people, yes, people just like you, are finding fortune in the unlikeliest places. Maybe it's a quarter in your laundry room. Maybe it's one hiding under your car seat next to a French fry that's older than your kid. Wherever it is, these coins are out there. And the best part? You don't need a fancy metal detector or an Indiana Jones hat. All you need is curiosity, a little bit of knowledge, and maybe a flashlight for digging through your junk drawer. So there you have it, folks. The 1998 P Washington quarter, $1 million miracle hiding in plain sight. It's rare, it's beautiful, and it might just be sitting in your house right now. I don't know about you, but after I almost gave mine to a parking meter, I started checking every single coin I come across. Grocery store? Yep. Toll booth? You bet. My mom's purse? Guilty. I've become a full-blown coin detective, and honestly, it's kind of fun. Before you head off to raid your coin jar, here's what I want you to do. Smash that subscribe button like you're squashing a bug with your slipper. Hit the like button if you enjoy finding value in unexpected places. And drop a comment if you've ever found a coin that made you do a double take. Or if you accidentally spent one like I did. Hey, we can form a support group. I'll be back with more coin hunting adventures, crazy finds, and tips to turn your spare change into serious cash. Until then, keep flipping those coins, and who knows? Maybe the next millionaire is you. Hey there, coin hunters and treasure seekers. What if I told you that the spare change rattling around in your car cup holder or buried in your couch cushions could be worth more than a Lamborghini? No joke. One humble-looking 1997 Washington quarter with a little P under the date just sold for a whopping $1.8 million. That's right. A quarter. 25 cents. Enough to get you a piece of gum, or an early retirement. Now, I know what you're thinking, yeah right, who actually finds these coins? But trust me, people do. And I'm going to show you exactly why this particular 1997 P quarter is worth serious money, what makes it special, and how you can spot one in your own collection. So grab your jar of coins, maybe a magnifying glass, and let's dive into a story that involves history, mystery, and a whole lot of money. Oh, and stick around to the end because I've got a personal story that'll have you checking your own pockets before this video's over. Alright, first things first, let's break down why this little guy is so valuable. The P under the date stands for Philadelphia Mint. Now, They made millions of quarters there in 1997, over 595 million to be exact. So the base coin is pretty common. But here's the kicker, not all quarters are created equal, some of them came out with minting errors. And in the coin world, errors are like that misprinted baseball card or a dollar bill with an upside-down print, seriously collectible. The $1.8 million quarter had a rare double die error and incredibly crisp, uncirculated condition. The design on both the obverse and reverse showed a strong doubling effect, particularly noticeable in George Washington's profile and the word Liberty. Add to that the coin's grade, it was a near-perfect MS-68, meaning mint state with virtually zero imperfections. Combine rarity, condition, and a few excited collectors battling it out at auction, and boom, you've got $1 million quarter. Let's have some fun with minting mistakes. Imagine you're at the US Mint. You've had a long day, maybe your coffee machine broke, and your cat woke you up at 3 a.m. You're just trying to feed the coin press machine and bam, a coin gets struck slightly off-center. That's called an off-center strike, and collectors love these. There's also the double die, which is when the coin is struck more than once but slightly misaligned. You'll see letters and images that look shadowed or blurry, but not from wear, just bad stamping. Then there's the die crack, where you'll see a line running through the coin from a cracked die. Think of it like a birthmark, it makes the coin unique. If you've got a 1997 P quarter with any of these features, it might just be your lucky day. A magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe, good lighting, sunlight works best, a bit of patience and a pinch of curiosity. You want to look for signs of doubling, cracks, unusual textures, or even things like missing letters. Look at the words, Liberty, In God We Trust, and quarter dollar. Also, study Washington's face, any odd doubling there can be a big indicator, and don't forget the reverse side, the eagle. Or if it's the Statehood or America the Beautiful series, those designs can also have errors. Some coins get struck on the wrong planchet entirely. Imagine a quarter on a nickels blank, cha-ching. Okay, now for the part where I embarrass myself a little. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my old toolbox. And deep in the bottom, covered in sawdust and mystery grease, I found a roll of quarters. One had this weird shadowing on the lettering. I took a quick look, saw it was a 1997 P, and thought, cool, maybe I'll use this for laundry. Fast forward to last year when I started getting into coins seriously. I remembered that odd-looking quarter and tore my house apart trying to find it. Kitchen drawers, sock drawers, under the fridge, you name it. Never found it. So yes, it's entirely possible I used $1 million quarter to do my laundry. I might have washed my jeans with George Washington's blessing and then lost out on early retirement. The lesson here? Check your coins first, don't spend it. Seriously. Even if you're at the vending machine, resist that soda craving. Next, take some clear, well-lit photos and compare your coin to known errors online. There are great sites like PCGS, NGC, and Variety Coin databases where you can check, then, take it to a professional coin dealer or appraiser. If it looks promising, get it graded by a third-party service like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade verified error coin could land you on the news, or at least in the next big auction. Now, let's talk about the numbers. The $1.8 million sale wasn't some fluke. The demand for rare coins is climbing. Wealthy collectors are always looking to outbid each other for pieces of history. And error coins from the 1990s are hot right now. 1997 PS in perfect condition with major errors can range from a few hundred to thousands of dollars. But one in the top percentile, especially with double die obverse or reverse, those are the jackpot coins. We're seeing private sales, auctions, and even coin shows heating up with these gems. If you're holding onto one, you're sitting on a piece of history, and potentially a fat paycheck. One little quarter from 1997 with a P under the date could be worth more than your car, your house, and your entire Beanie Baby collection combined. The magic of coin collecting isn't just about money. It's about the thrill of the hunt, the history in your hands, and the possibility that something ordinary might just be extraordinary. And hey, if I learned anything from almost spending a $1.8 million coin on detergent, it's this: always double-check your change. Your fortune might be hiding in plain sight. Now, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable quarters, give that like button a good old Washington tap, and subscribe for more tips on coins worth real money. I've got stories, strategies, and tons of info to help you turn pocket change into paydays. And tell me in the comments, have you ever found a weird coin? I want to hear your stories. Hey there, coin fans, treasure hunters, and accidental piggy bank explorers. Imagine this: you're cleaning out an old jar full of loose change, maybe the one you forgot about since the Clinton administration, and bam! You pull out a 1995 P Washington quarter, and someone tells you that little shiny disc is worth $1.6 million. Yeah, million with an M. Suddenly your dusty jar is looking like a jackpot at Vegas. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1995 P Washington $quarter coin, what makes it so valuable, why collectors are practically drooling over it, and how you might already be sitting on a tiny fortune without even knowing it. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know everything about this coin but also be ready to spot other hidden gems in your change jar. Plus, I'll share a hilarious personal story about how I almost threw away a fortune and what I learned from that epic fail. Ready to become the coin whisperer in your crew? Let's get into it. Okay, first things first, what exactly is the 1995 P Washington quarter, and why is it suddenly worth $1.6 million? You might be scratching your head thinking, wait, isn't that just one of those everyday quarters I use to pay for parking or gas? Well, yes and no. On the surface, it looks like any regular Washington quarter, George Washington's profile staring back at you, hey, I'm your first president, and all that jazz. But in the collector's world, certain quarters have unique stories, rare minting quirks, or limited circulation that turns them from pocket change into pure gold. Metaphorically speaking. So, the 1995 P Washington quarter comes from the Philadelphia Mint, the P Mint mark confirming that. This particular year and mint mark combo became legendary because of a few reasons. Most quarters from the mid-90s were produced in vast quantities, millions, if not billions. But the 1995 P quarter that commands this astronomical value is usually in gem mint condition, sometimes proof or error varieties, meaning it's practically flawless or has a unique minting error making it one of a kind. Think double strikes, off-center prints, or strange die cracks. Some 1995 P quarters have these quirks, turning what looks like a regular coin into a super rare collector's item. Here's where supply and demand does its magic. When a coin is rare, in excellent condition, and there's a strong demand among collectors, the price skyrockets. For this quarter, the market currently values it at $1.6 million because it ticks all those boxes. Not every 1995 P quarter you have jingling in your pocket is worth $1 million. Sorry to burst the bubble. Most are still just regular quarters. The key is finding those pristine, error-bearing, or limited release versions. The P on the quarter stands for Philadelphia. This is important because some other quarters from different mints might look similar but don't have the same value. If the coin is scratched up, worn down, or looks like it's been through a washing machine, it's probably just pocket change. But if it's shiny, with sharp details, no wear, and maybe even a proof finish, it's a good candidate. Use a magnifying glass and check for odd features like doubled images, strange marks, or anything that looks out of place. Alright, now that you know what to look for, here's the fun part. The story of how I almost threw away a 1995 P quarter worth way more than my car. No joke. So, picture this: a couple years back, I'm helping my mom clean out her attic. She's this amazing woman who collects everything, from vintage clothes to old toys, and of course, coins. We stumble upon an old dusty jar labeled Grandpa's Coins. I start sifting through them, joking with my mom, maybe we'll find a treasure map in here, or a coin worth more than a cup of coffee. As I'm about to toss a bunch of coins into the trash, don't judge me, it was late and I was tired, I catch a glint from a quarter, a 1995 p, shiny, almost like it was never used. Something about it seemed special. So, I pocket it and later that night decide to do some research. Guys, I couldn't believe it. That coin was one of those rare finds worth potentially millions. If I had tossed it without a second thought, would have lost a fortune. Moral of the story? Never underestimate your old coins, and always take a minute to check them out before saying goodbye. Now, let's get a bit more serious about the market value of this coin. The current estimated market value is around $1.6 million. That's based on actual sales, auctions, and verified collector reports. Of course, the exact price can fluctuate based on the coin's condition, provenance, and how hot the collector market is at the moment. The coin market can be like the stock market on caffeine. Prices go up and down based on collector trends, news, and even pop culture influences. For example, a documentary or viral video about a rare coin can cause a sudden surge in interest and price. So if you find one of these coins, don't rush to sell it to the first buyer who offers a few bucks. Get it appraised by a reputable coin dealer or numismatist. Trust me, the right advice can mean the difference between selling for pocket change and selling for a fortune. Coins in a cool, dry place. Avoid places with humidity or sunlight because that can damage their condition. Use coin holders or cases designed for collectible coins. These protect the coin from scratches, dust, and fingerprints. Avoid cleaning your coins aggressively. Some people think cleaning makes coins look better, but it actually reduces their value drastically. Keep good records. Where you got the coin, its condition, and any appraisals or certifications will help if you decide to sell. And hey, coin collecting isn't just about making money. It's like a treasure hunt with history in your hands. Each coin tells a story about the time and place it came from, and that's priceless. Alright, folks, we've come full circle from dusty jars to million-dollar quarters. The 1995 p Washington $quarter coin might just be that golden ticket hiding in your pocket or your grandma's old coin jar. The key takeaway? Always take a second look before you toss those coins away. That shiny little quarter could be worth more than you ever imagined. If you love this deep dive into one of the most valuable quarters out there, and you want more insider tips, hidden treasures, and coin collecting strategies that could make you some serious cash, smash that subscribe button. Join our growing community of savvy coin hunters who never miss a chance to find gold in their pockets. And hey, hit that like button if you learned something new, drop a comment if you have a crazy coin story or a question, and share this video with your friends. You might just help someone else discover their own coin fortune. Hey there, fellow treasure hunters. Have you ever glanced at a quarter and thought, it's just 25 cents? Well, hold on to your snack money because that little piece of metal might be worth more than your car, or your house, or even your in-laws' beach condo that they never let you use. That's right, today we're diving deep into the world of the 1993 D Washington quarter. And not just any quarter. We're talking about a very special one that has recently been valued at a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. Yeah, million. With an M. And nope, that's not monopoly money, folks. So grab a cup of coffee, raid your coin jar, and stick around because this could be the most profitable 50 minutes you've ever spent in your living room. And hey, by the end of this video, you might just be one quarter richer. Let's roll. It's a regular Washington quarter with Georgia's proud profile on the front and the classic eagle design on the back. Minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. This coin was part of the standard circulation. Nothing crazy, right? While millions of these were struck and released into the wild, only a handful have certain characteristics that make them worth more than a loaded pizza buffet. And one of those rare beauties was recently valued at $1.5 million in a private collector's auction. Now you're probably wondering, what makes that quarter so special? Great question. Let's break it down. The $1.5 million 1993 D quarter isn't just valuable because it's old. It's valuable because of its condition, its minting anomalies, and its rarity. We're talking about a mint state coin, MS 67+, that was struck with almost perfect precision. No scratches, no circulation wear, just pure, unhandled brilliance. Basically, this coin never saw the inside of a vending machine. It lived a better life than most of us, and to make it even spicier, it's rumored to have a double die reverse, meaning the details on the back are slightly duplicated, thanks to a misalignment during the minting process. That's a big deal in the coin world. Collectors go bananas over these kinds of mistakes. It's like finding a Picasso where he accidentally drew two noses, rare, weird, and worth a fortune. On top of that, there are only a tiny handful of these in the world. Fewer than 5 are known to exist in pristine mint condition with these error traits. That's rarer than your uncle admitting he was wrong about anything. So back in 2017, I was knee-deep in laundry, fishing out quarters from the bottom of the dryer. I was broke, bored, and honestly just looking for a way to get some soda from the machine downstairs. Then I spotted a shiny quarter that just looked different. The edges were crisper. The luster was wild. I thought, hey, this might be one of those rare coins I read about online. I threw it in a plastic baggie, looked it up, and wouldn't you know it, it was a 1982 quarter with a mint error. It wasn't worth millions, but I ended up selling it for $300 on eBay. Best soda I ever didn't buy. That moment right there made me realize how many of us are literally sitting on treasure. Coins in your glove box, in your couch cushions, behind the dryer, they might be hiding serious value. That's why I got into this hobby and started this channel. Because hunting for rare coins is basically a nerdy version of treasure hunting, and it's addictively fun. Alright, so let's talk strategy. Here's what to look for if you think you might be sitting on a golden goose, or in this case, a platinum pigeon. Check the mint mark, it should be AD. That means it was minted in Denver. Flip it over, look closely at the eagle. If you spot any doubling in the text or feathers, you might have a double die reverse. Check the condition, this is crucial. The coin must be in near perfect condition. No scratches, no tarnish, no signs that it's been through the drive-through 5 times. Use a loupe or magnifying glass. You'll need to zoom in to catch the doubling or any tiny flaws that make the coin stand out. Compare online. Look up images of known rare examples. There are reference sites and grading services like PCGS that show exactly what makes these coins top tier, and if you're not sure, get it graded. Seriously. It's like taking your coin to the doctor. They'll tell you if it's a common cold or a winning lottery ticket. The coin market is booming. Like crypto in 2021 booming. Collectors are paying insane amounts for rare pieces, especially those from the 90s, because they're just starting to become vintage without being ancient. The 1993 D quarter with the right traits is fetching offers north of $1 million. And guess what? That demand isn't going away. As more collectors enter the game, the value of these rare coins will keep rising. It's simple supply and demand. There's a tiny supply and a growing number of folks who want to be the guy who owns the coin that most people spent on a bag of chips back in '93. Next time you're cleaning out the change tray in your car or fishing quarters out of your kid's piggy bank, pay attention. That humble 1993 D Washington quarter could be your ticket to early retirement, or at least a really nice vacation. We've talked about what to look for, why it's worth so much, and how you can find one of these rare beauties. The only thing left is to take action. Start checking those coins. Dig through the couch cushions. Go full Gollum on that jar of quarters you've been ignoring for years. And hey, if you learned something new today or just enjoyed the ride, do me a solid, hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and ring that bell so you never miss a hot tip on coins that could change your life. I've got more videos coming up about other coins worth big bucks, plus simple strategies for spotting them without needing a degree in numismatics. Thanks for watching, my fellow coin hunters, and remember, one man's pocket change is another man's payday. Hey folks, let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever dropped a quarter and just let it go because, well, it's just 25 cents? What if I told you that you might have left $1 million rolling across the parking lot? Yeah, no joke. That clunky quarter from 1967 without a mint mark could actually be worth up to $1 million today. I know. It sounds like a late-night infomercial. You too can be a millionaire with just spare change and this one weird trick. But hold up, don't run to the couch cushions just yet. Stick around because in this video we're diving deep into the story behind one of the most surprising hidden treasures in American pocket change history, the 1967 no-mint Mark Washington quarter. Why it's worth so much, what to look for, and how you might be sitting on a jackpot right now without even knowing it. Grab your jar of coins, make some popcorn, and let's get into the nitty-gritty of what makes this quarter so outrageously valuable. Alright, quick flashback to 1967. The Beatles were topping the charts, folks were driving Mustangs and station wagons, and the US Mint was still figuring out how to handle the coin shortage crisis of the mid-60s. Silver had just been yanked out of circulation in quarters starting in 1965, and the Mint was producing coins like their pants were on fire. In fact, the US Mint produced over 1.5 billion, with AB, Washington quarters in 1967 alone. And they were minted without any mint marks. That's right, Philly, Denver, San Francisco, they were all told, no mint marks this year, y'all. The idea was to discourage coin hoarding, which was becoming a problem because people thought coins with mint marks might be worth more. See, while billions of these quarters were made, only a tiny sliver of them had something special. We're talking errors, misstrikes, high-grade examples, and collector-grade rarities. One in particular stands out, a specimen that showed up in pristine condition, with a perfect strike, rich luster, and virtually no contact marks. It looked like it came out of a time machine. That baby sold at auction for a whopping $1 million. Because collectors go bananas over coins that are both rare and in flawless condition. Especially if they were never meant to be saved in the first place. This isn't just about how old a coin is. It's about condition, uniqueness, and historical context. A 1967 quarter in your junk drawer probably isn't worth more than, well, a quarter. But the right one? It's like finding a golden ticket in your Halloween candy, only with more taxes. Now here's the fun part. If you're going to hunt for treasure, you need a map. So let's break down what to look for in a 1967 Washington quarter. If your quarter looks like it went through a blender, it's probably not the $1 million kind. You're looking for mint state condition. That means no scratches, strong details, sharp edges, and that juicy mint luster. Coins with double dies, off-center strikes, or even missing elements can skyrocket in value. There are 1967 quarters with doubling on the motto, "In God We Trust," or the word "Liberty," that sell for thousands. If you've got one that looks a little off, it might be spot on for your wallet. The reverse side of the quarter features the famous bald eagle. Look closely at the drum lines on its talons. On high-grade specimens, those lines are crisp and clear. On lower-grade coins, they're mushy or worn away. Crisp lines mean cash. If George's hairdo looks like he just came from the barber and not like he fought a tornado, you're on the right track. Now let me tell you a little story. A few years back, I was cleaning out the kitchen drawer that holds everything: batteries, expired coupons, 3 mystery keys, and of course, a pile of loose change. I dumped it all on the table, and my wife rolls her eyes like, "What are you doing now, Indiana Jones of quarters?" I had just read about rare quarters, and I figured, what the heck. Among the pennies stuck together by gum and the lint-covered nickels, there it was, a shiny 1967 quarter. My heart skipped. I grabbed a magnifying glass. Okay, it was my phone camera zoomed in, and I inspected that coin like I was defusing a bomb. It wasn't the $1 million baby. But it was in decent shape, and a local coin dealer gave me $10 for it, which I immediately spent on tacos. No regrets. I was hooked. Now I look at every quarter that comes my way. Vending machines? Opportunity. Change from the gas station? Jackpot potential. It's like a never-ending game where your opponent is oblivious, and the prize is in your hand. Let's talk turkey. Or should I say, let's talk George Washington, that legendary 1967 no-mint mark quarter that sold for $1 million. It was graded MS-68 by PCGS, that's Mint State 68, near perfection. There are only a couple like it in the world. And right now, in today's market, if you have a verified MS-68 1967 quarter, you could fetch between $750,000 and $1 million depending on demand, auction conditions, and who's bidding. Even coins graded MS-67 can bring in several $1,000s. Some error quarters from 1967 have sold for between $5,000 to $25,000 depending on how dramatic the error is. So don't just chuck that change in the tip jar. You might be giving away your down payment on a lake house. Time to get that baby graded. Don't clean it. Ever. Not with soap, toothpaste, or the tears of a unicorn. Just don't. Hold it by the edges. No fingerprints on George's face. Send it to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. Yes, it costs money, but if your coin is worth 5 or 6 figures, it's worth the investment. Wait. Then pray. Then wait some more. If it comes back high grade, congratulations. You just turned 25 cents into a pile of money. A humble 1967 quarter, a coin you've probably tossed into a wishing fountain or flipped at a football game, could be worth $1 million. And all you need is a sharp eye, a little luck, and the willingness to go through your spare change like a raccoon in a recycling bin. Here's your challenge. After this video, grab your change jar, dig through the couch cushions, or check that coin dish in your car. Look for that 1967 Washington quarter. If you find one, give it a good look. Who knows? You might just be holding your retirement fund, and hey, if this kind of treasure hunting sounds like your vibe, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on notifications. I've got more hot tips coming on coins that could make your wallet way heavier. We're talking $1 million nickels, rare dimes, and some Lincoln pennies that are worth more than your CAR. So keep your eyes peeled, your change organized, and as always, happy hunting, my fellow coin crusaders.